Yeah, so Robot Attack. How's that going? Happy almost September. It's, yeah, summer's almost over. Kids are going back to school in about a week and a half, and then it's Thanksgiving, and then it's Christmas. So this year's pretty much over. I've done less than nothing over the past couple months. I'm coming up on 3 months since we finished filming. Yeah, didn't do anything in June. Pretty much nothing in July, and almost nothing in August. But I got a really good excuse. Okay, so my whole life I've been obsessed with movies. 1981, Clash of the Titans. I was 6 years old. That was probably the first, like, holy crap moment. Jurassic Park, T-Rex coming out of the paddock, his first establishing shot. That's probably holy crap moment number 2. Even before CG, I always loved creatures in realistic locations, right? Something about taking something basically imaginary and putting it in reality is always been super interesting to me. Now, to do this, you need to composite images together. For those who don't know what compositing is, it's when you take a bunch of different layers that are all filmed and you sandwich them together to make your final shot. So you'll have some smoke, some fire, some green screen, one guy shot here, another thing there, and just that's the composite. So when I started Robot Attack, I'm like, I need a good project to get better at working in Modo and compositing. That was the whole plan. And years ago, from a super hyper geek awesome point of view, the Foundry, which owns Nuke, and Luxology, which made Modo, merged. So for me, that was pretty much the greatest thing in the world, because I knew at some point, maybe not right away, but at some point, my favorite 3D package was going to somehow become part of the compositing workflow that I wanted to learn. So when the Foundry and Luxology merged, I was super, super happy. Not quite as happy as when the Foundry called out of the blue and offered me a job to come work on Modo. Now, most of you won't understand just how awesome that is for me. It would be like your two favorite things merging together. So compositing in 3D, basically the same thing as McDonald's merging with Burger King, and then Ronald calling you up and offering you a job to see if you want to test the McWhopper. So yeah, so I've been following the Foundry for a long time, and to be there 8 hours a day now working on the program that I was trying to learn to get better at is just bizarro. Am I a fanboy? Nah, I wouldn't say so. So I left Toronto on August 2nd and flew out to San Francisco and got to meet the team on August 3rd. Was my first day with the Foundry, and it's been awesome. Whole lot of smart people, whole lot of awesome people. It's weird finally putting faces to names and emails that you've been going back and forth with over the years. And to be on the other side of the curtain is pretty awesome, you know. I've only been there 4 weeks, but I've already learned so much, and there's two huge things that are definitely going to change the way that Robot Attack gets made. I've seen a lot of really cool behind the scenes stuff that's coming up, and it's fantastic. Probably the coolest thing is the So when I was trying to break into visual effects, I taught myself a program called Shake, and at the time it was made by Apple. So I learned it good enough. I was never awesome at it, but good enough. Shortly after I learned it, Apple decided that they'd rather make $1 gajillion selling phones and iPads, and they just killed Shake, and that was the end of it. So then I was left with two options: After Effects by Adobe or Nuke by the Foundry. And Nuke's an expensive package, and I didn't do enough compositing to make it worthwhile, but I still wanted to learn it. So as far back as 2008, I signed up for a course at FX PhD to try and learn it, and I've been trying for years and years and years, but never had enough freelance work to justify the purchase. I do some simple compositing stuff, and so for that, After Effects was good enough. And then last fall, the Foundry announced that they're going to release, oh, look at my neck fat. the Foundry announced they were going to release Nuke non-commercial, which was perfect for Robot Attack because I could get to learn Nuke, do all the stuff I wanted to. I'm pretty sure it's not going to make any money. I have a deadline for delivery of the robot rigged and textured by August 1st. That gives me September to finish that. And then it's going to be 6 months to finish the movie. I'm going to try and finish it for April Fool's Day, the day before my birthday. It'll be 6 months of compositing. 6 months seems like enough time to me. I think I can get it done in 6 months. I mean, I'm using a new painting application and a new compositing application that I have no idea how to use. What could go wrong? Yeah, we're aiming for October 1st to have the model finished and ready to go. At that point, I'll also have my shot list finalized and some actual metrics. How many shots, how many matte paintings, how much animation, all mapped out and good to go. Because planning so far has been awesome for me. Life's fantastic, and I have to get to work.